have a great opportunity to talk to Dana Durnford, who is on a scientific research expedition again up the British Columbia coast.
Who is that guy?
Dana is a former professional diver. He's spent more time underwater than I think he has above water. Hello, Dana. How are you?
Hi, Jeff. Good.
He's just nuts about those stupid little Playboy bunnies.
Because Fukushima is an extinction event. Fukushima wiped out the entire coastline of British Columbia, Canada.
Wrong.
It's a lie. Thank you.
What we done was we done species counts.
In tidal zones, including tidal pools and all of that, rocks,
Right.
there should be 700 different kinds of kelp and over 6,000 different kinds of animal life.
There would be 70 species of sponges. They're very distinct and highly very visual colors to them. And so there was just incredible diversity in the tidal zones.
Some are quite colorful, while others are drab.
You have to go diving to see sponges.
Sponges are among the simplest multicellular animals on Earth. They live on the bottom of the ocean, attached to a surface and never moving because they can't walk or swim.
Hey, honey, I'm home. I just picked up 40 pounds of sponges off the beach.
Now, every tidal zone would have that there. If you were able to, if the tide, you had enough people, you would be able to count all those species no matter where you went.
What a bunch of crap. This guy is a lying piece of garbage. Absolute walking garbage. Sponges do not live in the tide pools.
I went to the beaches here. The only stuff I was seeing was cockle shells. These are a big clam. They're very distinct. Now, I didn't see any oyster shells on that beaches. I didn't see any scallop shells on those beaches, any abalone shells on those beaches. I didn't see any razorback clams on the beaches, little necks and vanilla clams. And they live in harmony with each other no matter where you would go. You don't see any mussel shells on the beach.
And a place called Nanu's Bay. And it's just coming up to low tide, and as you can see here, today what we're going to do, we're going to do some clamming.
Wow!
There's also oysters out here.
Wow!
And you feel a clam, then what you can do is you can just rake that area, because typically where there's one, there's usually more.
Wow!
Hit the gold mine.
Wow!
These are really nice clams.
Wow!
They're so plentiful.
Wow!
Okay, now as I'm walking along here, I'm also finding oysters.
Wow!
And all you got to do is just pick them up.
Wow!
Keep on walking and find more oysters. Doesn't get much easier than that.
Oh, how about that? How about that?
This took me maybe 15 minutes. I've got myself a nice haul here. I've got some beautiful oysters. I've got some phenomenal little neck clams there. I am going to be eating very, very good tonight. Nanu's Bay, British Columbia.
I like to catch your waterboard, you.
Shut your fucking mouth, you punk! Now, I've only seen a total, Jeff, of 15 seals on the expedition.
That's it? How many days?
75 days or 80 days or something.
80
75
days.
days.
You fucking bum!
You've seen 15 seals or thereabout. Wow.
And that's terrifying.
It looks like about 14 seals. Right there. He's a lying piece of garbage.
On that rock up ahead of us at our 1 o'clock. The seals that you're looking at here are the #1 menu item for the transient killer whale. Transient orcas love these guys, and one orca will eat 2 or 3 of these guys a day. Holy smokes. These are like 200-pound sausages.
That was a humpback whale.
that bird brain
That's right, I'm calling you a piece of shit.
that we were talking about earlier, Greg will go through my videos, look for these little 20 sections where I say something that they could use, maybe, to anybody who doesn't know any better, to try to discredit me. We've seen the extinction event here in British Columbia. It's an extinction event.
Because Fukushima is an extinction event. Fukushima wiped out the entire coastline of British Columbia, Canada.
Sure, he was trained by Vietnam veterans to do black ops when he was a senior in high school back in 1974. What a bunch of shit. Ridiculous.
Okay, let's get right back to our special guest, independent Black Ops contractor Cody Snodgres,
Shit-slinging liar.
who has retired, was at it a long time, and knows a lot of different things.
You fucking bum!
And we were working in that op, and we had a network of, safe houses
Bunch of nonsense.
and so forth there. And the guys I was working with had worked for the CIA in the Vietnam War.
This guy has just read 100 or 150 books on black ops and pretends to be a part of the story. He's a con artist.
After the Murrah building went off, I went down there to our series of safe houses, and I hid out for a while. I was afraid they were going to kill me because I knew about the op and turned it down, and I was a liability.
Cody, a question, please.
No,
the safe houses couldn't have been run by the people who would have tried to kill you. Who put these safe houses? I don't want names.
There aren't any names. It's just a bunch of lies, Jeff. You idiot.
How did these safe houses come to be? And were they actually safe from the black ops machines that you were worried about?
I cannot stress this enough. Assets are heavily supervised. They bug your phones, they follow you, they track your meetings.
Susan Lindauer, former CIA 9/11 whistleblower.
These guys were really good for Vietnam. They'd been in a lot of ops over there, and then they came back to the States, and they were working in the ops over in Arkansas. The safe houses consisted of farms. One had an airstrip.
So they set them up independently of the government or the intel agency, community, all that. They needed their own place to go. So like a group did this for their own self-protection.
Well, sure.
Lying sack of shit. Jerk.
I'm a trained black operator. We're trained in assassination, sabotage, and espionage.
What a bunch of nonsense.
I'm highly trained. I did martial arts for over 20 years. Went to Japan, studied briefly. And Harold Leonard, I'm always heavily armed like that. I had a couple of hand grenades and I think 3 pistols on me that time.
Hey, honey, have you seen my hand grenades? Oh, in the garage? Bottom drawer on the right? Thanks, honey.
And I always had my hand, in a coat with my finger on a trigger. In fact, I had a .45 pointed at him through my coat while he was talking to me.
This guy is just a pathological lying piece of garbage.
Because we're always worried about getting set up by our own. It's always the guys you trust the most that sets you up the worst. So he knew better than to try anything with me.
I will never ever buy Cody Snodgres' book, and I will never donate to Dana Durnford. Couple of loser scammers.
Pathetic.
Cody and Dana hate me. Ask me if I give a shit.
I'm having bad dreams at night. I'm drinking heavily. I used to sleep in a bulletproof vest, and I'd have twin MAC-10 silenced machine guns in .45 caliber, one in each hand.
This is not a joke. This is... Scammers.
So who's your favorite asshole?
That's all, folks.